It started with chaos. 7 minutes. That's all it took for one college quarterback to bring Nike's entire digital empire crashing down. Servers buckled, checkout systems froze, and customer service lines blew up like it was Black Friday during the Super Bowl. Hoodies gone, performance tees gone, limited edition caps vanished across every platform. Nike executives thought it was a glitch, maybe a coding error, maybe a DDoS attack. Then the data hit. This wasn't a malfunction, it was demand. Real, raw, unprecedented demand. Within hours, Shedeur Sanders, a player who hadn't even thrown a professional pass, generated more first-day revenue than 3 established NFL stars combined. That's not marketing hype. That's a movement erupting in real time. And Nike had no idea what it just unleashed. Because what they witnessed wasn't a product launch, it was a cultural explosion. For years, Nike's seen big launches. LeBron's Cleveland comeback, Jordan retros, Kobe tributes. But this broke the playbook. The numbers made no sense. Traffic rivaled Super Bowl ad levels. Website engagement spiked like a crypto chart in 2021. And the craziest part? Nobody could predict who was buying. When the smoke cleared, Nike analysts dove into the data expecting the usual. Male fans aged 18 to 49, NFL diehards, maybe a few Colorado alumni. Instead, they found something shocking. Women made up a massive portion of the buyers. Gen Z fans who couldn't even name a single playoff team were copping Sanders gear like it was high fashion. International buyers from Japan to London to Paris, people who'd never watched a single college snap, were paying triple retail on resale platforms. This wasn't market redistribution. This was market expansion. Sanders wasn't stealing fans from anyone. He was creating new ones. He turned football merch into a lifestyle badge. Suddenly, Nike realized they hadn't just signed a quarterback, they'd signed a cultural ambassador. What made it crazier was how fast it all moved. The merchandise didn't sell throughout the day. It evaporated instantly. Within minutes, every product page was marked sold out. Resellers jumped in like sharks. StockX listings popped up before Nike even confirmed orders. Prices hit 300% over retail. Facebook Marketplace turned into a battleground for anyone who missed the drop. Sneaker forums went nuclear. Everyone wanted a piece of Shedeur. And the craziest part? Nike didn't even plan for this kind of scarcity. This wasn't artificial hype. It was real, uncontrollable, and authentic. That kind of organic frenzy is the holy grail of marketing. Something money can't buy, only culture can create. Inside Nike, chaos turned to debate. Before launch, executives were split down the middle. The conservative side said it was too risky. He's unproven, no championships, no NFL snaps. We can't bet the brand on hype. But the other side, the younger, bolder thinkers, saw something else. They saw timing, momentum, cultural relevance. They argued that Shedeur wasn't just a player, he was the face of a generational shift. They wanted to go all in, push the limits, take the risk. And in the end, Nike's chief marketing officer made the call. We're not following data, we're leading culture. That decision changed everything. It became a gamble that would define Nike's next decade. They weren't betting on stats, they were betting on influence. They saw that Shedeur had something even superstars can't fake: authenticity. Scroll through his Instagram and it's obvious. No overproduced workout reels, no forced sponsorship plugs. Just Shedeur being Shedeur, laughing with family, roasting teammates, flashing confidence without arrogance. It's that rare balance of cool and relatable that younger audiences can smell from a mile away. He's not trying to impress anyone. He just is. His TikTok videos don't just trend, they connect. He jokes, he inspires, he flexes, but never feels scripted. That's why fans trust him, and that's why Nike's gamble worked. Because Shedeur didn't need championships. He had authenticity. In 2025, that's worth more than rings. But behind that calm confidence is legacy pressure you can't ignore. Being the son of Deion Primetime Sanders comes with expectations no athlete can escape. Deion didn't just build a name, he built a myth. Flash, swagger, substance. The man changed what it meant to be a sports icon. And now, his son carries that same torch. The difference? Shedeur isn't copying his father. He's rewriting the playbook. While most young athletes rely on agents or marketing teams, Shedeur takes control. Sources say he personally approved his logo, color palette, and product messaging. He sat in design meetings, pushed creative limits, and made sure every drop reflected his own identity. That's rare. Most athletes show up when the contract's ready. Shedeur showed up when the sketch was blank. And Nike let him. Because they knew this wasn't just an endorsement deal, it was a partnership, a true collaboration. While some athletes get sanitized by brand management, Shedeur kept his edge. He never let corporate polish erase authenticity. That's why people connect with him. He's not a product, he's a person. And Nike saw that as priceless. But make no mistake, that level of control comes with weight. Every move Shedeur makes, every caption, every post gets dissected by analysts, fans, and critics. One wrong move could shift the narrative overnight. And Nike, they're watching closely too. Because this partnership isn't just a business move, it's a risk to their entire brand philosophy. If Shedeur succeeds, Nike looks like visionaries. If he fails, they look reckless. And for the first time in years, Nike's reputation is tied to someone who hasn't yet proven himself on the professional stage. But that's exactly why it matters. This isn't about what Shedeur's done, it's about what he represents. A new era where influence outruns experience, where connection means more than statistics. Nike's older generation of executives built empires on performance, championships, MVPs, medals. But Shedeur's rise represents something new, the power of culture. He's redefining what being a brand athlete means, not a walking billboard, but a living story. The kind of story fans want to follow, repost, and wear. Rival brands like Adidas and Under Armour are already feeling the pressure. They see the numbers, the resale chaos, the social reach, and they know this isn't just a trend, it's a shift. Suddenly, every marketing exec is asking the same question: did we miss the moment? Because Nike didn't just sign an athlete, they signed a movement that everyone else overlooked. And the craziest part? Shedeur's just getting started. Behind closed doors, Nike's leadership is already recalibrating the playbook. They've seen this kind of magic before, once with Jordan, once with LeBron, but never with someone still unproven. That's what makes this so revolutionary. Shedeur's partnership isn't built on trophies or stats. It's built on relevance, timing, and authenticity, the three pillars of modern branding. The day those first sales numbers hit, Nike's internal Slack channels reportedly exploded. Teams couldn't believe it. Analysts compared the surge to legendary Jordan releases. Some even called it the new Jumpman moment. Only this time, the movement was born online, fueled by culture instead of championships. But every rise brings resistance. Behind the applause, rival CMOs are panicking. Adidas, Puma, Under Armour, all reportedly holding emergency meetings, re-evaluating endorsement strategies. Because this launch didn't just shake up retail numbers, it broke the system. Traditional athlete valuation, stats, playoff wins, jersey sales, suddenly looked ancient. The new metric, influence, engagement, cultural relevance. For years, Nike's competitors laughed at the idea of signing young, unproven athletes with social media followings. Now they're watching a college quarterback generate record-breaking revenue before his first NFL throw. The irony is painful. And Shedeur? He's watching it all unfold while preparing for his next game. Calm, focused, unbothered. Because for him, this is bigger than merch. It's about proving he belongs, not just on the field, but in the culture. He's not chasing legacy, he's building one. While others talk about the next big thing, Shedeur's already living it. His confidence doesn't come from hype. It comes from preparation. The years under his father's guidance, the spotlight at Jackson State, the scrutiny at Colorado. He's used to the noise. He thrives in it. That's why this partnership feels unstoppable. Nike didn't just invest in a quarterback. They invested in a mindset, a blueprint for the next generation of athletes who understand the game on and off the field. And Nike's willing to risk everything for that. But this success story isn't smooth sailing from here. With fame comes expectation. Every move Shedeur makes will now be seen as a reflection of Nike's billion-dollar gamble. Every touchdown adds to the myth. Every interception adds to the scrutiny. And yet that's the beauty of it. Pressure creates diamonds. And Shedeur's been under it his entire life. His calm isn't arrogance, it's awareness. He knows he's part of something bigger, a cultural moment that might define modern sports marketing. The partnership's long-term potential is massive. Insiders claim Nike isn't just planning another drop. They're quietly building the foundation for a sub-brand. Think Air Jordan, but Gen Z. A Shedeur-led lifestyle line that blends football, streetwear, and high fashion. The marketing integration already hints at it. Coordinated campaigns, influencer collaborations, custom retail rollouts. It's not a one-off, it's a blueprint. And that blueprint is forcing every other brand to make an impossible choice. Either match Nike's boldness or risk irrelevance. That's the true ripple effect of this deal. It's not just about what Shedeur sold, it's about what he symbolized. He proved that in the modern era, performance follows presence. Cultural power isn't a side effect of success. It's the source of it. Nike's internal memos reportedly describe the partnership as the most important cultural investment since Jordan. But that's not exaggeration. That's reality. Because Shedeur cracked the code. Authenticity sells. Fans can't fake connect with athletes anymore. They want personality, not polish. They want stories, not slogans. And Shedeur delivers that better than anyone. The most fascinating part is how this moment reshaped the entire endorsement industry overnight. Suddenly, brands are analyzing TikTok engagement like game film. Agencies are tracking cultural moments instead of career milestones. The old guard of marketing is being replaced by a new wave that understands virality is the new victory. Shedeur's success forced that change. Nike's rivals are already trying to replicate it, signing emerging players, chasing influencers, throwing money at culture instead of trophies. But they're missing the key ingredient: authenticity. Shedeur didn't chase the culture chased him. That's the difference. And it's what makes this story feel less like a campaign and more like a revolution. The ripple effects keep spreading. Fashion bloggers break down every colorway. Sneaker YouTubers rank each drop like they're grading playoff performances. TikTok creators use Sanders' merch in lifestyle fits, not football clips. His name is no longer confined to the gridiron. It's stitched into streetwear conversations worldwide. Every public appearance becomes a runway. Every quote becomes a headline. He's no longer just Dayon's son. He's the face of something entirely new, the athlete as a cultural brand. And Nike's genius was recognizing that before anyone else. Behind the curtain, their marketing teams are already celebrating quietly, because this wasn't luck, it was strategy. Years of research into youth culture, influencer psychology, and brand storytelling, all culminating in one explosive moment. The Shedeur Sanders partnership didn't just work, it redefined what success looks like. Yet the question lingers, can it last? Cultural moments fade fast. Fans move on. Trends shift. Nike knows this. They've seen icons rise and fall overnight. But they also know something deeper. When culture and authenticity align, momentum can last decades. Jordan proved it. LeBron extended it. And now, Shedeur might evolve it. That's why Nike's not rushing. Insiders say the brand views this as a multi-year play, not a short-term win. They're ready for the ups and downs. Because even if sales slow, the message won't. Nike has positioned itself as the brand that understands the next generation before the rest of the industry even catches on. And that's worth more than any quarterly spike. As the frenzy continues, one thing's clear. This isn't just an endorsement deal, it's a turning point. A cultural milestone where influence overtook performance, where authenticity became the new currency, where a 22-year-old quarterback forced billion-dollar companies to rethink what greatness looks like. Shedeur didn't need a Super Bowl ring to make history. He did it with a drop. And the ripple effect is just beginning. Because in a world where attention is everything, Nike and Shedeur Sanders just proved that the most powerful weapon in sports isn't a championship. It's culture. The servers may have crashed, but a new era was born. And for everyone watching, one question now echoes across the industry. If this is what Shedeur can do before his first NFL snap, what happens when he actually starts winning?